And moving to Russia, the Kremlin has directly blamed the United States for a Ukrainian strike on Crimea that killed at least 4 people and injured over 150. Moscow said the deadly attack was absolutely barbaric as it accused Washington of waging a proxy war. Now, according to the Russian Defense Ministry, Kyiv carried out the strike using American missiles while the U.S. military provided data and targeting coordinates.
Kyiv regime, supported by the USA, carried out a heinous attack against civilians in the Russian city of Sevastopol in Crimea. Ukraine launched 5 US-supplied Attack-MS missiles armed with cluster munitions. All responsible for this and other terrorist attacks will be held accountable. The fact that the US is directly involved in this crime is beyond any doubt.
On Monday, Russia also summoned U.S. Ambassador Lynn Tracy and threatened her with retaliation. Meanwhile, Washington said it regrets any loss of life, adding that the weapons have been provided to Ukraine to defend its sovereign territory, including Crimea.
I will just tell you what the ambassador said when she met with the Russian Foreign Ministry, and that is, of course, that we lament any civilian loss of life in this war. We provide weapons to Ukraine so it can defend its sovereign territory against armed aggression. That includes in Crimea, which, of course, is part of Ukraine. And Russia could stop this war today and end the suffering caused by the war Russia launched today, if it would stop its occupation of sovereign Ukrainian territory and stop launching attacks on civilians.
Now, in 2014, Russia unilaterally annexed Crimea. However, most countries still consider it part of Ukraine. Kyiv has previously insisted that its strikes on Crimea are an integral part of its strategy, as they're intended to make it more difficult for Russia to sustain its offensive on the Ukrainian mainland. Now, Vladimir Putin has repeatedly warned of the risk of a much broader war if NATO increases its support to Ukraine. Now, earlier this month, Putin warned he could provide long-range weapons to allied countries to strike Western targets. His remarks came days after the United States, Germany, and France allowed Ukraine to use their weapons to strike inside Russian territory. Putin has also reaffirmed Moscow's readiness to use nuclear weapons in response to a threat to its sovereignty. And now, with a fatal attack in Crimea, the West waits with bated breath to see just how far Putin will go in the aftermath of this devastating blow by Kyiv.
On the today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies.